So now you know that what is indexing. I'll just go ahead and show you what is slicing, which is another common sequence operator. So let's say I just go ahead and press I'll just go ahead and write an input statement tag equals to colon, let's make it a. I'll just go and write down a random HTML document. If you don't know what is HTML document, you don't need to worry. It's just a normal statement. reference equals to let's just write down http ://www.python.org, and this would refer it to Python website, and I'll just go ahead and complete that. So this is what HTML code looks like. So what I have done over here is I have just written a simple statement that's href. That means this is the link for this text over here. I'll just go and press enter. So now what I want is that I just want this link. I don't want a Python website or a href. I just want the link out of this whole command. So how would I do that? So I'll just go ahead and slice it out. I'll just type tag brackets square brackets and 9:30. So, and remember, when you go ahead and type 9, it will also calculate the inverted comma as. It will also calculate it as an index of 0. So I'll just go ahead and calculate it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is from where it will begin, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And we should always remember that Python is inclusive in the first and exclusive at the last. So I have just got the statement http ://www.python.org. So you should always remember one thing. Slicing is very useful for extracting parts of a sequence. But the numbering here is very important. The first index, that's h. So that is the first element that you want to include, that is 9. 9 is the h. That's why you want to include h. 1, 2, 3, space is also counted. Remember that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So after 9, this is the first thing that you would need. So the first digit is the first number that you want to include, and the last digit is the number that you don't want to include. That is, the last index is the number of the first element after you slice. Just listen to me carefully. The first index is the number of the first element you want to include, that is the h. However, the last index is the number of the first element after you slice. I'll give you another example, but just before that I'll show you one more thing. Let's say if I want to gather this over here, Python website, I want to just write down this thing, but we can also use the negative sign over here. Similarly, the way I showed you the list before, similarly I can also go ahead and do tag brackets 32 :-4. So what it would give me is Python website. It will start calculating from over here 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's -1, -2, -3, -4. This is when it starts counting from the back side, that's from right. It is exclusive of the first digit. That means it won't count this. It will just count from this one till the 32nd, that is counted from this end. So 32nd from this side and -4 from this side. So 32nd comes to Python. So this is what it has given it out. In short, you supply 2 indices as limits for your slice. That means you supply 2 indices to go ahead and slice a given list, where the first is inclusive and the second is exclusive. I'll show you that in a small statement. Just let me give you another example. Let's say I'll just write down NO for numbers equals to brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I want the numbers from 4 to 6. So what I'll do over here is that I'll just go and write down numbers bracket and need the indices right now. So I'm needing 2 indices. So as I told you, I need it from 4, so I'll just write on 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 is 4 and 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I want it till 6, for which the index is 5. But as I told you, the last one is exclusive. So if I go ahead and write down 5 over here, which is the index of 6, it will not count that. As I told you, remember, the first one is inclusive. 0, 1, 2, 3. This is inclusive. That's why when I go ahead and write it over here, it will give me the first digit because that one is inclusive. But 3, 4 and 5, this one is exclusive. That's why it won't print out 6. For me, in order to print out 6, I'll have to put one more index to 3:6 and it will give me out as 6. That is the reason the first is always inclusive and the second is exclusive. So let's just go ahead and do some random new things over here. Let's say I want to write down integers from 8 to 10, so I'll just go ahead and type 7:10. So it gives me out from 8 to 10 over here. 7th is the index of 8, and remember 10 refers to the index of 11, but that means there is nothing over here. So if I go ahead and just write down 10, it will be an error because there is no such thing as 10 over here. The last index we have is 9, but when we go ahead and type 7 is to 10, that time we get that because the last one is exclusive, so it won't count over here. Even if it's a blank, it won't count because that is not used. The only index before that is counted. So 9 is the index of 10 and it will get posted. That's how it works. Now this is fine, but what if you want to count from the end, that is from the right hand side? So I want the last 3 digits, that from 8, 9 and 10. When I go ahead and use the negative numbers, I'll just go ahead and type -1 because that would be the first digit. And over here I'll just write down -3. That means -1, -2, -3. So that should give me out 8, 9 and 10, but it won't. The reason being that when I go ahead and count from this end right side, it won't. It is exactly the opposite of positive. Positive, this is inclusive, this is exclusive, but when you count it from the right hand side, that's a negative. It is the first one is inclusive and the last one is exclusive. This might get a bit complicated, so I'll just go ahead and, what if I go ahead and write down 0? It won't give me out anything. I'll tell you why. Because 0 is counted from over here, so what I am telling to the interpreter is give me the integers starting from over here, which ends over here itself. That means I'm trying to use positive as a negative, but it won't work because 0 is neither positive nor negative, and 0 can be used when you're using the first one but not the last one. So what I need to do over here is that I need to use this as empty bracket, empty, none. These are the things that we need to write that down, or even we can just go ahead and write down nothing, and when I go ahead and enter, it will give me out 8, 9 and 10. That is the reason. If you want to copy the entire sequence, you may leave out both indices, let's say, and it will give you out all the indices that you have over here. Anytime the leftmost index in a slice comes later in the sequence than the second one, the result is always an empty sequence. That is the reason. But if you use a shortcut like this one that I just showed you over here, -3: empty, then the slice continues to the end of the sequence. So if it is still, if no is equal to 11, I'll just insert another one, and when I go ahead and type, let's say I type -3, then it will also give me out 11 because it will calculate from -3, that's -1, -2, -3, it's 9 over here, which is -3. It will calculate whatever it is till the end, that is